Today I'm making Dublin Coddle. I've been dying to try out my friend Manny's Dublin Coddle recipe, and with today being St. Patrick's Day, I can't think of a better time. It's a hearty stew dating back to the Great Famine of Ireland, where basically anything you had on hand, including leftovers, were added to the pot. Manny went against tradition, adding in carrots and browning the meats, and today we're going to do the same. You can turn on subtitles by pressing the CC button, and if you want to try this recipe out, I'll be putting all of the ingredients and their measurements in the description under the video. So, let's get started. I'm starting off with a half-pound slab of bacon that I'm going to cut up into roughly quarter-inch pieces. Then again, this is the thickest piece of bacon I've ever had my hands on. F it, let's go for half-inch cubes. I'm pretty much just trying to keep these evenly sized. Next up are the Irish sausages. I can't say I've ever worked with raw linked sausages like this before, but I've watched enough ordinary sausage to know that these fuckers like to burst and ooze out of their casing, so I'm a little bit nervous to try cutting these in the casing. Manny's recipe calls for 6 sausages, so I'm going to try cutting up 3 of them, and leaving the other 3 linked sausages intact. Let's just set these aside for now and get started on our coddle. Into a decently sized pan, I'm adding just a little bit of oil, maybe half a tablespoon. Coddle tends to get a bit greasy with the bacon and sausage in there, so I'm going to try to limit the amount of fat and oil that I put in there. Into this, I'm unloading what seems like a massive amount of tear gas fruit, or onion for those of you who are new around here. Welcome in. Try to get it all in the pan and coat it with oil. Now we want to build flavor through every step, so I'm just going to season my onions with a little bit of salt and pepper. You want to just keep cooking this over medium-high heat until everything's looking soft and translucent. Then go ahead and turn it up high so we can get some color and build some more flavor. Manny cooked his onions and garlic at the same time, but I tend to burn my garlic, so I'm waiting and adding in the garlic at the end and just letting it cook 30 seconds or so till warm and fragrant. Next we're going to dump it all in a large pot and add our bacon back into the same pan. And since the pan is still hot, this is immediately beginning to sizzle and smell incredible. Now you're just going to cook this over high heat to develop some nice color and texture on the bacon. Once everything's got some nice color, we're going to reduce the heat and let it go a few more minutes to give the fat some time to render out before transferring to a paper towel lined bowl. Again, I'm just trying to avoid an overly greasy coddle, so the paper towels will help absorb some of the grease. As for the rest of it, I'm going to dispose of most of it and leave a tablespoon or 2 in the pan so we can brown our sausages. I'm not trying to cook these through here, we're just trying to add a little bit of color so we're not left with gray lumps of meat. A minute or 2 on each side should be fine. Now let's find out if these cut sausages hold up, or if it's better to leave them whole and cut them once they've had a chance to brown. So far, they're all looking really good. Love that nice brown sear on them. The cut pieces are looking like they're ready, so I'm just going to transfer them to the pot and attempt to get the linked sausages out of the pan, and there's a burst. Onto a cutting board it goes, and I think I could have just cut these all at the beginning. If anything, the cut sausages browned more nicely and were easier to handle. I did also forget that these were supposed to be cut in 3 pieces, so I pulled out the larger sausage pieces and cut them down into roughly 1-inch pieces. This bacon's had enough time to drain, so I'm just gonna slowly transfer it to the pot, I guess. There we go, dump it all in. Next go our chopped spuds, and since this is going to be cooking for over an hour, you want to try to keep the chunks a bit on the bigger side so they don't totally fall apart in there. Now add in the not so traditional carrots, and season with some salt and pepper. A little bit of parsley, maybe a 1/4 cup, adds some nice color, and finish it off with the chicken stock. Just give it a quick mix and make sure everything is nicely submerged. Cover it up and let it go over high heat until it comes to a boil. Once it's reached a boil, we're just going to give it a quick stir, making sure nothing's sticking, reduce the heat, cover, and simmer at least an hour and 15 minutes, stirring occasionally. Again, just making sure nothing's sticking. I let mine go for about an hour and a half, and while it's not as thick and opaque as Manny's, it's looking and smelling fantastic. And there you have it. Here's the deliciously hearty Dublin Coddle that we made today. It's absolutely perfect for St. Patrick's Day or for keeping warm on a cold day. I've added a little extra fresh parsley on top for a bright pop of color, and this is ready to go. It's got a beautiful mix of colors with the potatoes, carrots, bacon, and parsley, and it tastes great. It's hearty. How many times have I said hearty in this video? And the potatoes are soft but not mushy. They really help to thicken the coddle too. The sausage is soft, and since I got my bacon nice and crispy, it adds another layer of texture and flavor. This recipe really couldn't be any easier, and I encourage you to give it a try. I'd love to see your results. Tag me on Instagram at Maikoh with 4 H's. Thanks again to Manny for the recipe. Be sure to go check out his channel at Manny's Made at Home for tons of amazing recipes. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you're new, would love to have you around, and if you'd like to watch another video, you can click right up here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you all next Thursday.